how's it going? I'm back for a little summer break. Sorry I took a few weeks off there, but I'm back putting out new videos every week, and that's plural. New videos every week. So this is my first one that I want to come back with, and I want to talk about buying guitars online. And I was so against this when I heard about it because now first off I gotta say, I've been buying and selling guitars for over 40 years now. Buying, selling, trading. And I've had recording studios here in the Hollywood area that would actually hire me to go out to see what the best sounding or resonating guitars were. One studio brought me to Norman's Rare Guitars. They had lots of money, and they went through a bunch of Les Pauls one day, and I said, okay, these are the two best ones. You got to pick from one of the two. And he bought them both, like 10 grand worth of Les Pauls. It was funny. So anyway, I have a lot of experience in buying guitars. Now, the reason why I didn't want to buy a guitar online is because you got to touch them. You got to hold them. You got to see them. I mean, everybody knows that. I helped a buddy one time buy a guitar. We went to Guitar Center many years ago. This is like 25 years ago. And we played all these Strats, and we got it down to a American-made deluxe, the Eric Johnson model, or an Eric Clapton model, and they're all up in the around $1,500 range, anywhere from 13 to 17 kind of stuff. And so this is what I do. I help people buy guitars. So let's get started about this. So now the one thing that's really important, believe it or not, the two main factors is how many guitars you have, and if it's zero, it's okay, and what the return policy of the company is. Okay, so now this is pretty serious, and this is why I'm wearing this guitar right now. This is my first guitar I've ever bought online, and I did it because I was recording with the band Outfall. And Outfall says we're soon going to be doing some stuff in B, and we want you to get a 7-string, so I got it. And so I didn't want to spend too much. I didn't want to spend too little. I wanted to get something decent. So I got this Schecter Keith Merrow. Turns out it's an amazing guitar. Got this one by accident. But my thought was, as soon as I get this guitar, I'm sending it back. There is no way this guitar is good enough. Okay? So these are my thoughts. As these guitars are coming in, I'm thinking, I'm going to hate this guitar. I'm going to send it back. Now, so that right there rises a new situation in the money to send it back. Okay, now something's wrong with the guitar. Now I've sent guitars back that just because I didn't like them. I've sent guitars back because there's something wrong with them. If there's something wrong with the guitar, some companies will pay for a return fee for sending it back. Sweetwater is one of these companies. And my guy at Sweetwater is Mike Soper, and I'm going to list his name in the description below, so you can call him. He'll beat any advertised price. And the reason why I'm talking about Sweetwater, I'm not trying to plug them or anything, but what they do is they will give you a half price to send it back if you don't like it. So in other words, a guitar costs about 65 bucks to send it back. But so Sweetwater, since they do so much shipping, they get a discount, and you can send it back for 30. And to me, that's totally worth it. Can you imagine you get to play this great guitar and just, 30 days, and if you don't like it, send it back. So anyway, back to how to pick a guitar. Now, so I got this guitar, and I'm looking down the neck, making sure it's straight. I'm playing. Now another thing, you got to play every note. You got to go and make sure it doesn't buzz. You got to go all the way up the neck, and then go to next string. Because any guitar over $5.99 at Sweetwater, and we're talking about Sweetwater now. We're going to talk about other people, but Sweetwater, any guitar over $5.99, they set it up for you. Now, and what I mean by other guitars. What if you're buying from a private party? What if you're buying a $6,000 Les Paul? Okay, and I know people who do this, and you got to find out what the return policy is. You may have to pay for full shipping back, but if you're like that vintage guitar guy and you're doing stuff like this, then yeah, big deal. 60 bucks, 65 bucks. You get to pay, 73 Les Paul for a while, or 68 SG, whatever. I've had friends buy some pretty old stuff through the mail, 11 grand. for guitars. And I have a friend who does it all the time. And so you got to find out what the return policy is. Now, when I said earlier to have another guitar, if let's say you have one guitar and you're going to buy a guitar online. If you have one guitar, you have something to compare it to. So in other words, you have this one guitar, and then when you get the guitar from whatever company you're buying from, after you already check with them their return policy, you get the guitar and you compare it to the guitar you have. And if it sounds better, then boom, bingo, yeah. Now you got two guitars. And then you do that again. And you do it again. You get another guitar and always think, I'm going to send this thing back. And you get another guitar, and so you get a third guitar, and okay, the third guitar doesn't sound as good as number one or number two, send it back. So this is how you build your collection. Now, this has been my system ever since building my collection, and I will sell off or give away even guitars that are I find inferior or I'm not using anymore. I used to love them, but now I'm playing more higher end guitars or something with a little better action, like this one. This one's so easy to play, and it's a 7-string, by the way, for some of you who might have been looking at that. So these are the things you got to look at. So when buying a guitar online, that's how it's done. Remember, it's how does it sound, money versus experience. So in other words, you know how much you're going to pay for this particular guitar. You have the experience to check it out, see if it's good enough. So like I say, you know, check it out with the fretting. Play every string like that. Make sure if it frets out or not. Check the sound. Oh, and one other thing, if it's a guitar that it's your first guitar, then kind of go for it. Buy something. I would recommend buying something over that $5.99 price range where they're going to set it up for you, and get you a decent guitar to start with, and then build your collection from that, because then you're going to have a decent guitar, and then you can always check when you buy a guitar, you can check to see if that guitar sounds as good as the one you previously bought. All right, thank you everybody for watching my channel. Just trying to share my guitar buying experience with you all, and have a great day. Subscribe.